Let's dive right into this explainer. Today we're looking at a deeply famous origin story, but we're going to flip the script a bit. We aren't looking at this as ancient history. Instead, we're putting on our environmentalist hats and viewing this as an absolute masterclass in ecological design. It is so easy to just read the 7 days of creation as a basic timeline. But when you look closely, a meticulous blueprint emerges. We're talking about a beautifully planned sequence where the delicate, intricate balance of the natural world is literally the centerpiece. So, let's break down exactly how an entire, thriving ecosystem gets constructed from the ground up.
Right off the bat, the stark contrast here is just incredible. We start with an absolute void. It's completely empty, dark, silent. Zero biological activity, not even a single photon of light. And yet, we end up with a universe that's described as finished and beautiful. This isn't some random, chaotic explosion of life, right? It's a highly deliberate journey from absolute zero to a perfectly balanced, vibrant world.
So we begin at ground zero. No Earth, no sun, absolutely no sky. Now, from an ecological design perspective, this starting point is actually vital. Why? Because it gives us a flawless, blank canvas. There are no competing systems here, no pollution, no past mistakes to clean up. Every single element that's about to be introduced is 100% intentional. Nothing is going to exist by accident. Everything is placed specifically to support the whole.
Okay, so before you can actually have life, you obviously need a sustainable habitat for that life to thrive in, right? And these first 3 days are just pure architectural genius. Day 1 brings light, which establishes your fundamental energy and temperature cycles. Day 2 sculpts this massive protective atmosphere, and then Day 3 carves out the deep oceans to reveal the dry land. Before a single living creature even takes a breath, the foundational biomes, the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, the lithosphere, they are perfectly engineered.
And once that land is ready, we don't just get a bunch of random weeds thrown in. There is a highly specific layered progression. We get green grass, tall trees, colorful flowers, seeds, and fruit. This is the absolute bedrock of the food web. And notice the heavy emphasis on both aesthetics and sustenance. It's designed to be visually stunning, absolutely, but also fiercely functional. Those seeds, they ensure the whole system is completely renewable. The ecological table is literally being set before the guests arrive. With the literal groundwork completely laid, the design looks upward on day 4. The sky gets decorated with the bright sun, the glowing moon, and millions of stars. But as an environmentalist, you really have to marvel at this. It's not just about giving the sky some pretty glowing objects to look at. The entire biological world that's coming is going to rely entirely on photoperiods, those absolutely vital cycles of light and dark.
Because these celestial bodies serve a deeply, deeply ecological purpose. They track days, seasons, and years. Think about it. Every single plant created on day 3 needs seasons to know when to bloom, when to drop seeds, and when to go dormant. The animals that are arriving soon, they'll need these exact rhythms to govern things like migration and hibernation. The macro environment of the solar system is being perfectly, seamlessly synchronized with the microenvironment of the Earth.
And now the pacing suddenly quickens. On day 5, those empty seas and skies just erupt with an awe-inspiring diversity of life. The habitats are built, the seasonal rhythms are ticking away, and boom, the ecosystem is populated. We're talking giant whales, colorful fish, tiny sea creatures, beautiful birds. This right here is the very definition of biodiversity. We have species of every single scale, occupying their own unique niches, ensuring the water and air are complex, resilient, and again, stunningly beautiful. Then we hit day 6, and the dry land gets this massive injection of life. We get the huge wild beasts, farm animals, and crucially, tiny bugs. Now let's be real for a second. You cannot have a functioning ecosystem without bugs. They are the ultimate unsung heroes of nature. They're pollinating those colorful flowers from day 3, aerating the soil, breaking down organic matter. The design here is completely exhaustive. It balances everything from the apex predators right down to the microscopic level. And that brings us to the climax of the ecosystem build. On this exact same 6th day, humanity is introduced. The text calls human beings his most special creation. But when you look at this in the context of a step-by-step ecological master plan, humanity's introduction is anything but arbitrary. We aren't just dropped into this world to exploit it willy-nilly. We are introduced at the very end once everything is perfectly balanced with a very deliberate operational purpose. This is where the entire narrative transforms into this profound call for environmental stewardship. Humans are created specifically to take care of the beautiful earth and all the animals. We're not positioned as tyrants. We are positioned as caretakers, gardeners, essentially.
All that magnificent biodiversity, all that sustaining flora, it's handed over to humans to maintain. Our primary, original job description was literally conservation.
Once the caretakers are appointed, the ecosystem reaches its pristine, finalized state. The universe is declared finished and beautiful, and everything in it is deemed very good. It is the ultimate picture of ecological harmony. The habitats are perfectly stable, the food chains are locked in, the seasons are turning, biodiversity is flourishing everywhere, and a steward is in place to protect it all. It is just a flawless masterpiece of natural design.
But, even a perfectly designed universe requires a pause. On the seventh day, God rested, making it a holy day. And in ecology, this makes total sense. A system that never rests is a system that eventually collapses. Fields need to lie fallow to regain their nutrients. Animals absolutely need sleep. Seasons require periods of complete dormancy. This day of rest is the final essential ingredient. It's a built-in acknowledgement that true sustainability requires us to stop, appreciate the beauty around us, and just let the environment breathe.
So I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder based on this profound environmental design we've just unpacked in this explainer. We've seen a universe built with meticulous care, right? Layer by layer, habitat by habitat, culminating in this pristine, beautiful world. And we saw that humanity's original purpose was to act as the caretakers of this incredible biodiversity. From the colorful flowers to the giant whales, are we living up to that original mandate today? It's definitely something for all of us to think deeply about the next time we step outside.